Hey,
Hey everybody!
hello, hello. Thank dog it's Friday.
Happy TDIF everyone, and happy
And
St. Patrick's Day as well.
yeah, exactly. Today's a special day, especially for our pups.
Yep. So in case you're new around here, I'm Hillary and I'm here with Patty and Ginger.
Hello, everybody.
And we're the co-founders of Hound Hugger DIY, and we like to get together every Friday and just do something in honor of our love for pups. So today we are doing a very fun recipe because it's St. Patrick's Day. We're doing Lucky Pup Shamrock Treats. These happen to be one of our 5-star reviewed from our doggos. So they are
Exactly.
definitely one of the favorites. And they're super easy to make. So yeah, just a few
Yeah.
ingredients and we'll grab them together.
Yeah. They're kind of people friendly too, actually.
Yep, they
Yeah.
are.
Yep.
So kind of the star of the show here is going to be your spinach because that's what's going to add the green. So
Yep.
you can use either fresh or frozen spinach. If you're using the
Yeah.
frozen spinach, be sure to try to wring out as much of that water
Yeah.
as you can, and it's about a half a cup. So I've got some fresh spinach here because that's what I usually have on hand. And then the other star, I think, if you were going to ask our pups, is cream cheese. So
Oh, yeah.
we're using a food processor or blender or magic bullet, whatever you have to kind of mix these together. If you're doing it by hand, be sure to let your cream cheese really get soft because that'll make it easier to incorporate. If you're using the food processor, you can kind of, skip that step and it'll blend it all together for you.
Yeah.
So 2 ounces of the cream cheese there. And then 2 tablespoons of coconut oil.
Okay. Oil. And since my pup is so little, I'm just doing half a recipe.
Yeah, this recipe
This
tends
one.
to make a fairly large batch, so you'll have some to share for St. Patrick's Day. And then a 1/4 cup of water. Oh, and I need to grab my blade. And apologize for the noise here real quick, but it'll be pretty quick.
Yeah. One more time, sorry.
No worries.
It's crawling up the walls of my blender, so I just want to push it down one last time. I have a flying piece of spinach. Pick up.
So, and you can kind of see there's little bits of the spinach, like we haven't ground it down to just pure liquid. So there's little bits of spinach left in there, and that'll make the treats when you're done a little extra pretty. I think it gives it that nice rustic touch, which I like. So we're gonna do 1 egg, and I'm gonna pop that in my bowl and kind of mix it up.
Already.
And I just like to break up that yolk a little bit. It makes it easier to, before you add the other liquid in, makes it easier to mix everything. And then your spinach mixture, so your spinach and cheese mixture, go right in there. And yeah, this super easy to make, and you can customize it for what works for your pup. So, you could use a different type of cheese, or you could use, a different type of vegetable if you wanted to. We also have some other fun St. Patrick's Day treats in our library,
Yeah.
so you can check those out too.
Yeah. We have little pot of gold cookies and things like that
Yep.
that are really adorable.
We have some of our other ones for St. Patrick's Day use turmeric because it gives it that nice gold color. So
Yes. I think those are our pot of gold cookies that are really good.
Yep. So here you can see that pretty green color, and these end up being kind of a pale green. It's a pretty bright springy green. So
they're so pretty when they're done.
And then the very last ingredient is going to be your flour. And the flour you can substitute for whatever works best for your pup. I happen to be using just regular all-purpose, but whatever you want to use.
I think that's what I've got.
You're going to be doing about 1.5 cups.
So there's my little mixture.
So we got 1 cup. And I'm going to just work this together here a bit. And as with most of my kind of batters and things, I find it easier, like you can get it started with a spatula or whatever. I find it easier when you're trying to work that last little bit of the flour in. It's helps to get your hands dirty and just get in there and get them incorporated. And this batter is pretty forgiving. You can add quite a bit more flour, like when you're trying to roll it out if you need to. Or I found that it's pretty springy and you don't need a ton. It doesn't get too terribly sticky. So
actually, I really like the texture of this dough once you get it all incorporated. It's a really nice dough to work with. Get a little more flour.
So it looks like there's an awful lot of flour to mix in here, but once you get your hands dirty, you can get that all incorporated.
Yeah. Well, and the spinach has moisture, the egg has moisture, the oil, the water, there's a lot of moisture that flour is now absorbing.
And these sort of puff up when you bake them, which is really fun. They have kind of a fun texture.
We've got our favorite gal from Canine Medicinals on. She says,
nice.
Hi, ladies. Can't wait to make these for all the lucky dogs in my life. Yeah.
They're going to love them. If they're anything like our pups,
all her basset hounds.
Yep.
All right. I'm trying to avoid my hands because I'm not in my kitchen, but I'm going to just dive right in. Get sticky anyway.
And yeah, this is just a matter of like working it through. You can kind of see it's come together pretty easily here.
Yeah, it's such a pretty dough. It's got all the really fun speckles on it. That's my favorite part.
Yeah.
And it's perfect for St. Patrick's Day.
So, and then the other thing that I would recommend for this one, if you're going to be rolling it out, if you have the time, pop it in the fridge for even a few minutes will make it easier to roll. It's pretty forgiving as is, so if you don't have that time, it'll work, but if you got that little bit of extra time, that makes it even easier to work with and cut. So
yeah, especially the cutting part, it makes the cutting a lot easier. Well, and we've got a really cute little cookie cutter, but it's got tiny little shapes to it. So the cutting part would be easier probably with a larger cookie cutter. I'm gonna
get a little silicone mat here to try to roll some out. I have a little bit left over from the batch that I made yesterday, and that's just been wrapped in cling wrap. So this is how I'd recommend, if you were going to leave it in the bowl, put the cling wrap right on top of it when you put it in the refrigerator for a few minutes. That'll help keep it from drying out. Oh, she just rescued a little chihuahua in addition to her basset hound.
Oh,
Nacho.
yay.
Oh, that's adorable.
Oh, I wish Ginger and Nacho could meet. Ginger's are my little Chiweenie, little Chihuahua Dachshund mix. Yeah,
I love the name.
I know. I do too. I do too. Ginger was a little scared of the blender, but she's slowly working her way closer now that I'm getting the dough.
It's going to be worth it, Ginger.
Yes. All right. And I don't have a rolling pin. I'm just using a glass. So that'll help.
Rolling pin here. But I'm kind of working on an awkward surface. So let's see how that goes. And you're going to roll them out to about 1/4 of an inch, maybe a smidge thicker than that. It's how, like you can make them how thick or thin you want to, really.
They puff up a little bit, but I don't think you want them too thin.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of leavening agent. Maybe in the flour, but yeah.
I'm trying to see. There's my. And then the very last thing you're going to need are some adorable little shamrock cookie cutters.
Yeah.
We got these in a set that have 3. So this is small, medium, and large. This is the large ones are pretty darn big.
Oh my gosh, his name is Nacho because we found him in the parking lot of a Mexican restaurant in Texas. Oh, he was so lucky to have you come across him. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that is too sweet.
Yeah.
What a precious little addition.
I know. So the set of cookie cutters came from Hobby Lobby, just in case anybody's looking for them. But I'm sure other places will have shamrock-shaped cookie cutters as well.
And then you can kind of, I definitely did both small and medium in the same batch. It's pretty forgiving, and you're not gonna have too much trouble of trying to cook them like different cooking times or anything. So
okay.
And as Patty mentioned, they do puff up, but they don't really spread. So you can load your sheet pan pretty full without having to worry that they're going to spread together.
Yeah. And I find I got to press down to just cut through the spinach, and then some of the little, I use frozen spinach. So some of it gets a little stringy. And if you want that nice shamrock shape, you can just tuck those little ends back into the shape before you take it out of the cookie cutter.
And then, you just cut along. You can roll up the scraps. That's what was left over here from my first batch, is I just rolled up the scraps pieces and roll them out again. And it does make a fairly big batch. So I would recommend when you're storing them, because it's such a big batch, like maybe take out enough for the week or something like that, but you can store them in the freezer too, and they'll store well that way.
Yeah.
Or give them away as little St. Patrick's Day treats to your friends.
Yeah. And these probably wouldn't sit well on the counter just because of the cheese and the egg and everything. So you probably want to have them in the fridge.
Yep.
To grab. But these are just so cute. The little shapes. They're so cute.
they turn out. And they're nice and easy to cut. I love it when the dough doesn't stick together too much. Like,
hey, Sandy, thanks for being here. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Hillary. I'm sorry. I just got excited to see Sandy here. Hi, Sandy. So you don't have to grease the pan.
Yeah, either way, you can spray a little bit. I do have a liner on mine, but
I have foil, but yeah.
They have a lot of that 2 tablespoons of coconut oil in them, so they really don't stick. So you'll probably be good to go.
And the other thing, I guess, is when you're cooking them, they bake at 350 for 10 minutes. They don't really brown. So the bottoms might brown a little bit, but you're not going to look for a browning on the top.
Yeah, and I would say, I think mine took about 12 minutes. So anywhere between 10 and 15. And here's some little finished ones. And as Patty was mentioning, the tops do not get golden brown, but the bottoms will start to get a little brown.
Yeah. So, and then you can see how puffy they kind of get, a little puffy, which is so cute. I love that.
They're adorable. The big ones.
Yay!
How puffy they are.
All right, so, got my little taste tester here. You want to try one out? If she likes it, she's going to run and go grab it. She's chomping on it. Trust me. She loves these. These are great.
Yeah, so if you guys give these a try, please let us know how they turn out for you. If you have other recipes that you'd like us to try, please share them with us. We're always up for new adventures. Whatever you wanna see from us, we are happy to give it a try. So thank you so much for joining us today. Happy St. Patrick's Day, and yeah, hope you get out there this weekend and do something fun with your pups.
Yeah, thanks everybody. Have a great holiday.